People are paying thousands for supposedly haunted items. From ghosts in jars to haunted dolls. Today we're investigating the wild backstories of eBay's creepiest sales. The Dybbuk Box, Wine Cabinet of Woes. The infamous Dybbuk Box. An old wine cabinet said to contain a malevolent spirit. Maybe the most storied haunted item on eBay. It was listed in 2003 by Kevin Manis, who wove a chilling tale of a cursed Jewish wine box from a Holocaust survivor's estate. According to the original listing, anyone who owned the box suffered hair loss, nightmares, shadowy apparitions, and even a stroke. The haunted wine cabinet changed hands multiple times and even inspired a Hollywood horror film, The Possession. Am I retarded? Whoa. I have not seen this, but I am going to watch it now. In reality, the box sold for only about $140 on eBay, bought by a Missouri student who soon re-auctioned it amid claims of horrible things happening. A museum curator, Jason Haxton, eventually acquired it, wrote a book, and sold the story to Hollywood, solidifying the Dybbuk Box as a modern legend. Ew, fucking, I'm retarded. So if you don't know what Dybbuk is, it is a malicious, possessing spirit in Jewish folklore. Fancy name for a spooky little ghost. Years later, the original seller casually dropped a twist ending. Please. He admitted the whole backstory was a work of fiction he created for the eBay listing. Manis revealed he had carved the mysterious inscriptions and created the paranormal tale as creative storytelling. Hoax or not, the box legacy lives on, now sits in Zach Bagans' Haunted Museum in Las Vegas. Yeah, there you go. Leave it to Zach. Harold the Haunted Doll. Buyer beware. A battered doll named Harold became one of eBay's earliest haunting sensations, and perhaps the first to spawn an entire genre of possessed toys online. In 2003, an eBay seller listed Harold with an alarming backstory. He found the doll at a Florida flea market from an old man who warned it was evil. It was just, he straight up disclosed this doll was evil and he bought it anyways. Man, sometimes you ask to be haunted. The man claimed the doll had been his deceased son's, and after the boy's death, they heard disembodied crying and singing. Attempts to burn the doll failed. The eBay seller alleged that once he brought home the doll, his life went off the rails. His cat died, his girlfriend left him, he developed chronic migraines, and phantom children's laughter echoed from the basement. It was not funny. That escalated quickly. He became convinced the doll was cursed, so he stuffed it in a coffin-like box for a year until listing it on eBay as is. No returns. As is. Like, what do you expect him to do? Like, get it exercised or cleaned? Because it looks like he is covered in feces. So as is meaning spirits included. It became a nationwide sensation. Those who come in contact with Harold claim to suffer intense headaches, debilitating back pain, and severe illness. It is even believed that he caused the death of 2 people. Some say the doll is cursed, while others swear that multiple spirits are trapped inside of him. Ooh. The auction caught fire in paranormal circles, even getting a mention on Art Bell's Coast to Coast AM radio show, and Harold's creepy tale went viral. Bidders went crazy. The first auction reportedly hit $700, though the top bidder bailed out. Okay. Plot twist! The original seller later confessed that the spooky backstory was largely fabricated to jack up the price. He admitted to using fishing line to making the doll move in a video, and even dubbing a ghostly voice. A DIY hoax for profit. But if Harold's initial haunting was a sham, what followed is the stuff of legend. The doll's second owner, a woman named Kathy, claimed she had bought Harold for a doll restoration project, only to experience a year of chaos and tragedy. Family members suffered from freak back injuries, and a wedding turned disastrous on a cruise. Well, that's already a disaster. You know, you're asking for disaster if you're cruise. You kind of deserve it. All her luggage, including Harold, bizarrely went missing. Worse, 2 friends who mocked the doll met untimely deaths. Holy shit. One from a fall, another from an aggressive cancer. That is quite the coincidence. Strong evidence suggesting that maybe it's haunted. Convinced Harold was behind the misfortune, Kathy relisted the doll in 2004. This time, paranormal investigator Anthony Quinata bought it after being duly warned. Quinata ended up writing a 300-page book on Harold, documenting terrifying encounters. From EVPs of multiple spirits to the doll allegedly threatening a psychic's life, Harold even starred on Ghost Adventures. Yeah, Zach Bagans at it again. Zach Bagans comes to save the day. That's what he does. He's a paranormal superhero. Today, Harold the doll is infamous in the haunted object realm. What began as a cheeky eBay hoax evolved into a full-fledged horror story, blurring the lines between a clever scam and a cursed scamper. A warning that sometimes even a joke listing can invite real fear. Ghost in a jar, $55,000 for bottled booze. Booze. Ugh. One of eBay's strangest paranormal auctions was literally selling a ghost in a jar. In 2003, again, hot year for paranormal eBay hoaxes, or just like a good year for hauntings, I don't know. A seller from Arkansas listed an old bric-a-brac jar he dug up in a cemetery. Oh, fuck. And warned that a malevolent spirit was trapped inside. So this is a bric-a-brac jar. Okay, I learned something today. Starting bid at $99, the description read, "Ghost in jar, no jokes, serious inquiries only." If you are brave enough to want this, bid your heart's desire. He found the jar at the abandoned cemetery plot below in the 1980s while metal detecting. Okay. After digging about 2 feet down, 2 feet in a cemetery, over a grave? After digging about 2 feet down, my shovel struck a wooden box that had nearly rotted out. Jesus. There were 2 jars and an old journal in the box. The jars had something strange written in and symbols on them. While getting the jars out of the ground, I dropped one and it broke. A black mist or something seeped out of it. I should have known something was wrong right then and covered the find back up. But being young and foolish, I didn't. Jesus Christ. Could you imagine that? You find a jar in a cemetery and dig it up, drop it, and a black smoke comes out? You're fucking done, dude. I left the broken jar with what looked like a candle in it there where it fell, and took the other one and the old journal home. Well, you already knew you fucked it. Why would you continue? Jesus Christ, do you ever watch Harry Potter, man? Tom Riddle? Don't be bringing an old haunted journal home. That's just asking for it. What I was able to read in the journal before the pages crumbled made the hair on the back of my neck stand up. That night, I had my first visit from what I can only describe as the black thing. I finally talked to someone who is versed in these things and was told that the only way to rid myself of this thing was to pass the unopened jar on to someone else. Oh, great. The highest bid was $55,000, but the winner backed out last minute, and eBay started cracking down and deleting similar posts. Sheesh! So this person got stuck with it? Or like, I guess you could give it away in a flea market or something, or... Oh, Value Village. Boom. Sucker. Bye-bye. So the ghost in a jar became eBay legend, often cited as one of the weirdest things ever sold. While no actual specter changed hands, the story's legacy lives on in internet lore. As for the jar's seller, he did make out with some consolation. He later sold, "I bid on the ghost jar and all I got was this lousy t-shirt merch to cash in on the fame." Well, that is horrifying if it's true. First of all, like, digging in a cemetery is fucking crazy. Well, that being said, when I was a kid, we lived in this house and like small town, lots of forests, and behind the house was a big forest that connected to the graveyard. It was just kind of like a short walk through the forest. But what I later discovered was that the forest itself was part of, I guess, like the old cemetery before they kind of like developed new land. And so there was like some overturned headstones and stuff throughout the forest and where I played growing up. And I do remember like just with a spoon trying to like an archaeologist fucking digging up this little concrete tomb, I guess. And I always thought I was haunted after that. I didn't dig like 2 feet down with a fucking shovel. That's insane. Grandpa's haunted cane. A $65,000 farewell. This next item proves that even a walking cane can be... Just gonna Google that. I'm retarded. This next item proves that even a walking cane can become famous when there's a ghost involved. In 2004, a hot decade for eBay hauntings, Mary Anderson of Indiana put her late father's ordinary metal cane up on eBay. Not because the cane itself, to help convince her 6-year-old son that Grandpa's ghost would leave their house. With it. According to Mary, little Colin was terrified by visits of his deceased grandpa's spirit. So, in a Mother of the Year move, she listed Dad's ghost cane for sale, hoping to assuage the boy's fears. The auction captured hearts and headlines. Bidders responded in droves to the charming and creepy notion of buying someone's grandpa's ghost. In just a week, the ghost cane attracted 132 bids and worldwide media attention. The family even landed on NBC's Today Show to talk about it. The final bid, obviously you know, was a whopping $65,000 paid by goldenplace.com, an online casino known for gobbling up eccentric eBay items for publicity. Okay. Golden Palace got the cane and custody of one friendly ghost. Mary's only request that the winner send her son a letter confirming that Grandpa is happy in his new home. The casino cheerfully agreed, likely adding it to their oddities exhibits alongside the Holy Sandwich, which we can check out right now. The Holy Sandwich was. I don't see anything about a sandwich here. The story was a pop culture hit, a feel-good and spooky tale that captivated the internet for a moment. Even eBay spokespeople commented on the phenomenon, noting that technically you can't sell an intangible spirit on the site. You can, but okay, fucking eBay spokes guy. But Mary had cleverly listed the tangible cane with a ghost angle as a mere bonus. Oh, like it's against their terms and conditions. Oh my god. Ghosts. eBay's terms and conditions prohibit the sale of intangible items like ghosts or spirits themselves. However, sellers can list tangible items, dolls, jars, photos that are described as haunted or cursed, providing they include a disclaimer that the sale is for a physical, tangible item only. Yeah, you can sell a fucking ghost on eBay. Easy. Sometimes it's driven by a child's imagination, a mother's love, and a clever dose of marketing magic. The possessed rubber duck. The bath time banshee. It's not just antique boxes and art that get labeled haunted on eBay. Even a cheery rubber duck can apparently go over to the dark side. In one bizarre listing, a seller put up a haunted rubber duck that was said to have powers to possess children. Oh, Jesus. Yes, you read that right. A bath toy cum demon? What? We're gonna have to look at that closer. A bath toy cum demon. Yes, you read that right. A bathtub toy demon. The listing's tone was tongue-in-cheek but firm. The owner warned he would not be responsible for the duck after shipping and would not answer any questions about its unusual mystique. The implication was that this was one serious, sinister, squeaky duck that had already wrought havoc, and the seller just wanted it gone. New owner assume all risks of acquisition. eBay Denenzies ate it up. The haunted duck post went mildly viral, and within a week, the yellow fiend had paddled its way to a sale. The final bid was $107, so pretty underwhelming, following up a $65,000 old man's cane. I don't know. This one's kind of stupid. I'll probably cut it out. The buyer got the duck, and there was no report of any haunting after that. The cursed mirror of Muswell Hill. Not all haunted eBay items come from far-flung folklore. One came straight from a London dumpster. Me too. In 2013, two roommates in Muswell Hill, London, retrieved an ornate Victorian-style mirror that someone had discarded and soon regretted it. I feel like that's a pretty standard like horror movie premise, or maybe just that one. I think it was called The Mirror. And soon regretted it. According to Joseph Burke and Soteris Charlambos, once the mirror was in her flat, a wave of misfortune befell them. They experienced terrifying nightmares and unexplained pain, waking up screaming in pain with mysterious scratches on their bodies. Let's take a deeper look at that. Obviously, I'm not gonna freaking join freaking that. Shut it. They reported flickering shadows reflected behind them and an oppressive sense of doom emanating from the glass. Jesus Christ. Their finances tanked inexplicably, and even their heating pipes rattled ominously. After a particularly nasty scare, the duo decided enough was enough. The haunted mirror had to go. So, like the rest of them, they listed the mirror on eBay with a full disclosure of its alleged paranormal nature, humorously emphasizing that they weren't selling the ghost. Just a lovely mirror that might come with a free curse. The auction description theorized that perhaps someone had been murdered in front of the mirror, infusing it with dark energy. Ooh. Thousands of people viewed the listing out of morbid curiosity. In the end, it sold to one brave bidder for about £100. Hello? Sorry, wrong apartment. It's okay. It's okay. Have a nice day. In the end, it sold to one brave bidder for £100. I think, about $155. The same price an antique dealer had told them the mirror was worth. Yeah, so it's just like the ghost doesn't add any value to it. It would decrease the value of it. Like you're experiencing feelings of doom with this thing in your home. Someone was potentially murdered in front of it, potentially a piece of evidence, and you're expecting like what, you know? So yeah, just bring it to an antique dealer. I don't know what you're thinking. The buyer's identity was kept private, and what happened after is unknown. We died. The Muswell Hill mirror even made international news. A HuffPost article managed to scare up. It's a perfect capstone on our list. A reminder that one person's trash may be another person's haunted treasure. On eBay, even a cracked mirror can be 7 years of bad luck. or with the right marketing, $155. So I hope you enjoyed our look into some of eBay's creepiest items ever sold. Subscribe and good luck on the human internet.